I'm Tom, and in a news that has surprised fucking nobody, Tyson Fury is making yet another comeback from retirement. He's fighting Makhmudov, who those of you that don't know, well, I'm sure everybody does. Tall, powerful, puncher, but no skill, right? That's the bottom line here. It's the perfect comeback fight for someone like Tyson Fury. I don't necessarily mind that Tyson Fury's coming back. I think we've seen that the sport is better with him in it. Like, there's a lot of space for someone like Fury because ultimately he's a showman. He's entertaining. He's going to sell out wherever he's fighting. I know there's talks of Old Trafford. Old Trafford isn't going to happen. But him being in the sport is good for the sport. It brings eyeballs. It brings attention. It brings a profile otherwise not seen. But what isn't good is this constant back and forth and back and forth. And we see it all the time in boxing, especially with this guy. What's also happened is the perfect hand-picked opponent, Makhmudov. That matchmaking is brilliant by Frank. I think we saw on the weekend just gone Nick Ball. Maybe that wasn't the right opponent for Nick Ball, but ultimately, look, he's a champion. He's got to fight. He's really good at matchmaking, Tyson Fury. Well, Frank with Tyson Fury. And choosing Makhmudov coming off the back of this Dave Allen win, that's perfect because he's got eyeballs on him. He's got a bit of a profile. He's that scary looking guy. I don't think he's that scary. I think he's just ugly, but he's got the eyeballs on him. He's got the attention. He's got everything that's around. What isn't there is actual skill and anybody that's going to trouble him or cause him any form of issues in a serious manner, because Makhmudov won't do that. He's got a punch. We've seen Fury fight punches. He's got tall, he's height, he's big. That's fine. So is Fury. That suits him as well. But he's got no skill, as I say. And when you've got no skill, when you're a basic, normal, orthodox boxer, which is what Makhmudov is, Fury's going to dance rings around you, and ultimately that's what we need to see. If Fury's anything other than a whitewash, and I mean he needs to win every single round, I don't know where you go from there. Do you fight, right, what is the plan? Do you know what I mean? Do you fight Wardley and get the title, and then you go into the AJ fight with the title and maybe try and lure Usyk with a trilogy? Or do you just go straight in with, I mean, I don't think the Usyk fight's going to happen, but straight in with an AJ. Everyone's been trying to see Fury versus AJ for the longest time. Do you go straight in there and see that? I don't know. I mean, look, I want to see Fury versus AJ, but at the same time, I kind of don't now. Like, if it's on, obviously I'm going to go watch it, right? I don't want to be a Debbie Downer. It's a fight I think the boxing public have been crying for a decade, but it's been a decade, and I just don't know if that fight's on. I'm not that arsed. Do you know what I mean? Of course I'll be watching it, and maybe I will. Maybe I get drawn in by the promotion. But as it stands at the moment, Fury being in the sport brings attention and eyeballs to the sport. More importantly, it's on Netflix, and that's really key, because the fact it's on Netflix shows that Netflix have an intention to be involved in boxing, not just in a small way, not just in the YouTubery spectacles like AJ versus Jake Paul, or Jake Paul versus Tyson, or the absolute mega fights like Crawford versus Canelo. They want to be involved in the sport properly. What that shows, it shows intent, because they're taking on Fury versus Makhmudov. And I think that's really good as well, because that is now kind of mainstream. That's your new BBC. Everybody's got Netflix. So the new kind of BBC, ITV is Netflix. So them being involved in that sense is really good. And ultimately Fury brings that, right? Fury brings that, and I think AJ will bring that as well. So both of them being involved in the sport for the last couple of years are going to be here, probably 2026, maybe their last year, is good. But I feel a little bit deflated by it. So talking about this fight specifically, Makhmudov is coming off the win against Dave Allen, which is the only fight where he's gone 12 rounds. That's the only fight to have gone 12 rounds. He's gone 10 rounds once before, only gone 12 rounds with Dave Allen. So that's kind of the looks of the opponent, a real power puncher. The thing is, Tyson Fury doesn't mind that. He's been in there with a lot of power punches. So I don't think that will be anything different. Of course, Tyson Fury himself coming off of 2 losses to Usyk, which there's no shame in that. It is one of the greatest to have ever laced up a pair of gloves. We haven't seen Fury bounce back off losses. So how's that going to fare? Like, now that he's actually lost, how's that going to fare? I don't think the time off, the layoff, I wouldn't even know if you can call it that. He took 12 months out. every boxer does that these days. Okay, more than 12 months, but you know what I mean? Like, that's not a long layoff by Fury standards, by, to be honest, most boxer standards these days. So I'm not concerned about that. And what you've got is yes, Makhmudov's a power puncher, but he couldn't knock out Dave Allen. I don't think he's going to knock out Fury. And he's tall, he's rangy, but he's slow. He's basic. I think Fury gets this done. I think Fury gets done. I don't think he stops him. But I think he gets, I think it's a whitewash decision. Your thoughts on all this? And of course, it's down below, people. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and other stuff works, people. Peace.